Season 37 is the home of the return to Laguna Seca, or should I say Mazda Raceway, here in California. We are still in our California swing. Who's going to win here in Laguna Seca? Let's see where your favorite drivers are starting. On row 1, we have Michaela Winsett and Jordan Lomax. Then we get to Jordan Spencer and David Loudon. Then Cohen Moore, Quentin Sheff. Then we had last week's winner, Braden Mills and Abshar Khan. Rounding out the top 10, we have Grady Broughton and Riley Poindexter. 25 cars did enter, so let's meet the rest of the field. Starting 11th, it's Cole Flick. Then we get to Matthew Campton. Then Heidi Miner, Nate Rao, Skylar Naney, Kellen Sheff, Austin Horner, Case Bridge, Isaac Stead, Bailey Winsett, Rodrigo Patino Romo, Kwabi Raider, Ali Brossman, Bryce Pax, and, of course, Nolan Farley. Nolan Farley driving the 51 this week. Probably his last race for a few races in the number 51. And we are green here from Laguna Seca. Turn 1, here we go. Look at the 83 already in the dirt. We are going 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Spencer. 3 wide for the lead. Spencer, Winsett, and others. And we have a spin in the back. We do have a crash. Poindexter, Kahn, and Miner all involved. As it's side by side for the lead, it's Lomax and Winsett. I am warning you guys too, this race might get boring, but who knows. Here comes the 27 around the outside. He's going to clear for the lead. Jordan Lomax to the lead on lap number 1, but here comes Winsett to the bottom. Hitting those cones. Great racing out of everybody here. Two packs have formed. How about in 11th? That is the 32. Naney is pitting, and the 27 will lead lap number 1. Lomax leads lap 1 here from Laguna Seca. Here comes Spencer looking for second. Hitting the back end of the 24, and on the 19 is around the top. Great run by Loudon. David Loudon has been good on road courses, but has not been good recently. He is usually good on the road course though. And we see the speed on the 19 showing back up. Still side by side for third. No battle for the lead yet. And it's Loudon to third. David Loudon will clear for third. As we get to here on lap 2. We should see some rain later in this race. Through the corkscrew. On lap number 2. Comes to lap 3. It's all Jordan Lomax right now. Remember the last time we had a road course like this, it was Circuit of the Americas. Who finished second? That was Michaela Winsett. Her road course speed cannot be denied. Look at Loudon though, he is there, he won second. Here we go, down through the first section of the track. Loudon builds to the top, but Winsett cannot make a pass as the 24 to the rear end of the 27. Great racing so far. How about the 3, Braden Mills in 7th, last week's winner from Sonoma. Cole Flick in 9th. Bridge in 10th. Bridge in 11th. Case Bridge running in 11th. And now this driving, in 12th right now. That is the guy. That is a guy that we need to watch for on the road courses, and that is Matthew Campton. Fastest lap on the racetrack is Kellen Sheff with heavy damage. And look at the air that Isaac Stead gets through the corkscrew. Isaac Stead with massive air through the corkscrew as we come to lap number 4. Loudon still trying to get the good run on Winstead, but cannot. It's still up front, the 27. The 27 still leading. No battles, no passes behind him so far. Lomax continues to lead. And we have a new fastest lap. And it's Bailey Winstead. It was Isaac Stead, but now it's Bailey Winstead. The other Winstead sister. Jordan Lomax, Michaela Winstead 1 and 2 on lap number 4. Here comes Michaela to the inside, trying to get a good run on your leader, but can't. Winstead now still there. Into the corkscrew. Some of the cars are getting airborne. Look at the 9 once again sideways. Isaac Stead being too aggressive through the corkscrew. That's like 2 laps in a row he's been that aggressive. This time he's trying to pass a 32. You can see how hot the brakes are on the 9. The brake rotors are glowing on the 9. As we get back to the first few corners now, the 24 to the bottom, sends it deep. Contact made. The 24 trying to take the lead on lap 5, but she could not. And Lomax is pulling away. Let's ride along with the 24 on lap 5 of 40. We will be back after the break. We will have multiple short breaks. We have one race here from Laguna Seca. Here comes lap number 10 here from Laguna Seca this lap. So we see the 24 now trying to go after the 27. Like I said, this time behind is going to be lap 10 of 40. And we are about 30 laps to go from seeing the checkered flag. We are like 32 laps away from seeing the checkered. So we see the 27 still leading. Look at the 55. Oh my goodness, the 55 sideways gets into the 3, and the 3 loses a spot. Loses multiple spots. He's down to 9th. Winstead up to 13th. As you see, Campton losing spots, and Nolan Farley, his teammate, is right behind him. Back up front, though, it is all Jordan Lomax. It's all Lomax up front. Look at this battle right here. Once again, Loud looking for 3rd, but he cannot take it back away. Flick up to 9th. Up to 8th. Let's ride along. Pretty soon we will ride along with the 32. Poindexter is in last. Pax is there. Colin is not doing well. Neither is Heidi Miner. But Heidi Miner has shown speed, but her luck has not been too good. Here we go. This is a very complicated circuit, so no wonder they are having troubles going through this part as well. The 2 and the 3 were side by side, and the 2 go way sideways. Look at the 9 there in 14th, and how about right in front of her? Right in front of him. That's the 15 of Bailey Winstead. Bailey Winstead's sister is in 2nd with 30 laps to go. 30 laps remaining here from Laguna Seca. Side by side behind them, the 10 and 66. Colin Moore putting chests side by side for position. At least this is not as boring as I thought it would be. Side by side, kind of throughout the field. The 66 clears the 10, but here comes the 10 to the bumper. Cannot make anything happen. Up the hill, and we are getting closer and closer to that corkscrew. They're going back more up the hill now, as it's the 27 who leads. Here comes the 24. Great run by the 24. Can't do anything with it. Is there going to be any side-by-side going through the carousel? The corkscrew. The 46 tried to make it side-by-side, but couldn't. Raider got squirrely just a bit. Coming to 29 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. It's a cloudy day. It will be raining later in this race, but for right now, it is dry. The question is, what will come first? Mandatory pit stops or the rain? That's the question. We know that once the rain falls, differing strategies will happen, as the 10 was under fire from the 55, but Broughton couldn't make it happen. Jordan Lomax continuing to lead onto lap number 12 here from Laguna Seca. Winstead, great run in the 24, trying to get that run, but right now cannot. She's not able to be running with the leader that much right now. Here comes the 27. We just went past the corkscrew. The 15 and 9 side by side coming out of the corkscrew. Here comes Isaac Stead. Winstead side by side for position. And Isaac Stead will take that 13th spot away. Nice pass, but here comes Winstead to the inside. Great run by Bailey Winstead, looking for her first win in the 15. It's going to be side by side through this corner here. The 9 gets off the track just a bit. The outside is the line that usually works. And it's side by side for position, and it is starting to rain. Rain is coming right now. The rain is falling, and the 15 will get cleared by the 9. What a pass by Isaac Stead. Light rain reported around the racetrack. You can look at the camera lens to find that out. Actually, yeah, let's also ride along with the 32. He has roof cam. If you look closely, you can see the rain kind of falling just a bit, but it's light rain right now. It's like there was a stack up right in front of the 32, but they're able to keep it going. Rain on the camera lens right over here in this section. But when the rain starts to get harder and harder, that is when I think we will see the 24 try to make a move. He's going to be the first one to go to pit road to get rain tires. 24 still riding there in second. Isaac Stead trying to move up another spot, and he does. What a move by Isaac Stead. He's at 12th. And the 32 loses so many spots. He's down to 21st. Bailey Winstead down to 20th. And look at the 27 now continuing to lead. We know that they will have to pit. Question is, are they going to split the race in half? And and by split the race in half, I mean run 20 laps, then pit, and run 20 more laps. 40 laps in this race. Comes to lap number 15. Nobody from the front runners are pitting here. There's no side-by-side either for the front runners, and that's good. And here we go. Here comes the 24 to the inside. Winstead makes it side-by-side. Finally a battle for the lead, but she slides. And the 27 will keep the lead on lap number 15. I think the fans are actually liking this race. And we are about to see a lot of strategy come into play as well. We first saw side-by-side racing, and now we are going to see some strategy. We will see strategy here from Laguna Seca. Lap 15 is on board. And the other question is, will the rain stop before the race ends? If that's the case, we might see other drivers. We might see even more strategy as the rain continues to fall here on lap 15. The 24 is still there. No pit stops through the front runners. As we saw a battle for second there, just a bit. And here comes the 24. Looks like that Winston is going to make it side by side again. Seeing it up the inside, can't make the move happen. Look at the 66. Where did Quentin Sheff come from? Quentin Sheff is on the move. He wants third. Both Sheffs have already won a race this season, and Quentin Sheff showing his speed. I mean, no, Quentin Sheff has not won a race this season, but yeah, we have seen some speed. Here comes the 27. Through the corners on lap 16. Here comes this 24 as well. Can't make the move happen. That's right along with the 24. And how about the 3 there? Kind of getting sideways. But yeah, let's ride along with the 24. We will be back after the break. Laps winding down. Cole Flick has the lead here from Laguna Seca. 15 laps to go. Cole Flick has a chance to get his first career win in the Crazy Sports Kid League. Can he bring Team Penske to victory lane? How about Isaac Stead? The run for Isaac Stead has been fantastic. Thunder Motorsports has definitely gotten the right driver in the 9. Stead is fast, but right now it is all the number 2. Cole Flick has the lead. Here we go. The 2 has the lead. The 27 is there. Do not count out the 27. But it's all Cole Flick. As the rain continues to fall here from Laguna Seca, here in California. California. We have seen great racing so far, and we will see great racing through the end of the race. Cole Flick, Jordan Lomax, and Isaac Stead, 1, 2, and 3 here in Laguna Seca. The top 19 are running right together. Here comes Lomax to the inside. He can't make the run happen. Flick continues to lead. The track is completely wet. And should stay like this for the rest of the race. We will have one more break, and then we will go break free through the checkered flag. And we shouldn't see any more pit stops, so it should at least be a full-on Cole Flick victory here from Laguna Seca. As we get back to the front straightaway now. It's lap 28. The laps are winding down here in California. Here at Mazda Raceway, lap 28 is on board of 40. 35 laps last week at Sonoma. 40 laps here today. 30 laps next week. We go to Long Beach. Long Beach is next week. Mandatory pit stop. Yeah, mandatory pit stop should change everything, but I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Mandatory pit stops next week should change everything, but who knows? That could also not change everything. The number 2 right there. Now come to the corkscrew. Look at the 9. Continuing to run third here, as he is trying to look for something to happen, and the 24 is making it side by side, trying to make it side by side with the 3, but she couldn't. Cole Flick continues to lead. Let's see who's in last. Poindexter in last, but look at the 32, Matthew Campton, not having a good race right now. Next week, he should be back to maybe comfort level as we go to a track that he pretty much knows just bit, and that is a street course. He loves street course racing. And I know that everybody loves street course racing. And we know that we are also getting near Indianapolis weekend as well. Coming up next week, driving in the 51 for RMG Racing, we will have Bryce Weaver. Weaver will be coming back into the CSKL as he has already won has already won 2 races so far this season in the CSKL Next Series. He is looking for a full-time ride next season. Here comes the 27 and the 9 still there. And the 2 continue to have a good run. The 3 around the top. Around the 42, great run by the 3. Mills takes 5th. Braden Mills might be a championship contender this year. Last week's winner back into the top 5. Top 5, last week's winner for Braden Mills. 11 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. Lomax is there. And a second behind is that number 9. 19 is there. Look at the 27 around the bottom, trying to take the lead, but he couldn't. Let's ride along with the 9. We will be back after the break. Lap 32. And folks, we have a new leader. Happened like a couple laps ago, but Jordan Lomax is back up front from Laguna Seca. Here comes a 2 to the inside, can't get the run. Look at the 3 and 4th. That 3 is showing some speed here today. As everybody is starting to slow down just a bit because of the rain. Lap 33 is on board. Of how many laps? 40. Here comes a 2 to the inside. Great run. But here comes a 9 as well. The 9 tried to go around the top, but he couldn't. Jordan Lomax looking for his first career win here in the Crazy Sports Kid League. Trying to join his brother as a black winner here in the CSKL. The 2 is there. Flick. Cole Flick is still there, but we all know that he is usually not good through that corner. Through some high-speed corners now, it is all Jordan Lomax. It's Lomax and Flick, 1 and 2. Through the final corner, Jordan Lomax to lap 34. 7 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. The 9 now, sending it to the inside of the 2. Cannot make anything happen. The 3 is there as well. Let's watch the 2 this lap. What's the 2 going to do? We still have 7 laps. We could still potentially see a win by that 9 of Isaac Stead. Stead has been good. Don't get me wrong, but he has been great. This is like his first time running in the top 3 at the end of these races. Here comes Flick. Cole Flick has been running up front as well. When he ran in the 45, he was good. He was fantastic. Same as when he was in the 32. Now he is in the 2, full-time racing, now trying to get to victory lane. If there was ever a driver that needs a win to maybe keep his career alive, that is Cole Flick. Cole Flick really needs a win sometime soon to keep his career alive. Here comes a 2. Still in second, 7/10 back now. And we have 6 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. Look at the 9. He's not doing anything here. Nobody can make any runs as the rain continues to fall hard. We are riding along with the 3. With the 27, not the 3. The roof cam. You can see how wet the track is. Look at the 2. To the inside. Great run by Flick. Can't make anything happen. Let's ride along with the 3. He has a bumper cam. The bumper cam on the 3 car. Look how wet the track is, though. The track is soaked. They have completely lost the track. The 9 sideways just a bit. As we get to the corkscrew, look at the 19 to the inside there. The 19 tried to make it side by side through the corkscrew, but couldn't. Loudon was being very aggressive through the corkscrew as we come to 5 laps to go. out of the final corner. 5 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. They are slower. Everybody is slower than they were than when the track was dry. The 9 is in third and the 2 is in second. Here comes the 27, having the lead. Here we go, the 2 there. Great run by Flick, trying to get the run with 5 laps to go. We will be going to a break here right now, but we'll be back before the end of this. Let's ride along with the 9. We had a battle for the lead on lap 38 as time is running out. 3 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. Came back just in time. They were side by side for the lead. Here comes the 2 once again to the inside. Can't make anything happen there. The 27 trying to drive off from the field once again. Can anybody stop the 27 of Jordan Lomax? He has dominated this race. Jordan Lomax looking for a career win number 1. Is it going to come at Laguna Seca? You saw the 9 kind of get sideways there. And we're still seeing great racing now. As we head to 2 laps to go. We head to 2 laps to go. 2 remaining. And now let's watch what the 2 does. Goes to the inside, sending it in deep, can't make anything happen. Let's see if he can do anything on the last lap. Side by side behind them, look at the 24 go. The 24 and 42, side by side, and the 24 is in 6th. But Kayla Winstead, she is most likely going to make the championship race on points if everything turns out to be how it is right now. The rain is kind of stalling. The rain is now kind of stopping here. Let's see if that plays into a role into how good the 2 does come to the last lap. Here comes the 2, way to the inside. Here comes the 9. The 9 can do anything, neither could the 2. We are coming around to take the white flag. Look how close the 2 is. Look at the 9 as well. It's about to be side by side. It's about to be a good battle for the lead. White flag is in the air. One more time around Laguna Seca. And the 2 this lap is much closer than he was last time. Flick to the inside. Looking for a last lap pass. To the inside. He takes the lead. Cole Flick to the lead. What a pass. And Cole Flick has the lead on lap 40. Timed it perfectly. I said he needed a win to save his career. 0 wins here in the CSKN. Look at the 27 go. Look at the 9 as well. Instead, tried to make a move happen, but couldn't. Final chances now for the 27 here in Laguna Seca. Is all pretty much done, said and done for. But let's see what the 27 can do. He's not going to try to go low. Flick sent it in deep. And it's been a while since we have seen the Team Penske number 2 go to victory lane. Farley tried to do it multiple times. His speed was not there. Flick out of the final corner. Cole Flick, you are a winner in the Crazy Sports Good League. Cole Flick, cha-ching, he goes to the championship race at the Nürburgring. What a race. And yes, what a finish. The 2 wins. Cole Flick does it. Cole Flick does it again. Thank you for watching.